The latest updates coming in from Pakistan. The political storm in Pakistan is now intensifying, and Prime Minister Imran Khan, who is currently in the middle of the storm, says that he is ready with the so-called trump card, which he will only reveal in the upcoming do-or-die rally, as it's been called. On March 27th, Imran Khan is set to hold a mega rally. The show of strength from the PTI comes at a time when it is scrambling for support from its allies and dissenters, and just a day before this no-confidence motion is tabled in Parliament. In his recent media interactions, seeming quite confident, Imran Khan said that the tide against the opposition parties is now turning. Khan said, and I quote, "I have my cards close to my chest. I will show my trump card on March 27th, which will surprise the opposition." There has been quite a lot of speculation over his statements. Some say that he could in fact tender his resignation, while others say that he could be bowling a surprise just ahead of the final over. Giving hints over his surprise move, Imran Khan has said that he would not be talking against institutions and that it would not be about dismissing an important person or even appointing a new one. He has also clarified that the move has nothing to do with the army. The opposition has already called Imran Khan's trump card claim a hollow threat. The PMLN Vice President Maryam Nawaz said that Prime Minister Imran Khan must resign instead of seeking time to stay on in power. While the political battle is aggravating with each passing day, Imran Khan has all his hopes pinned on the March 27th rally, where he says a sea of people will be seen, with both the allies and dissidents in support of the government. A large number of PTI supporters and activists are currently en route to the capital city to take part in the final power show before this crucial no-trust vote. Meanwhile, sources say that Imran Khan will also be meeting his key allies, the PMQL and the MQM. Remember, the MQN has now been facing flack after its leaders held several meetings with the opposition, particularly the PPP. MQM has a tough decision on its hands currently, and its leadership is now facing a major dilemma. Sources say that the party is now considering abstaining from the no-confidence motion against Imran Khan rather than backing the opposition or the government.
देखिए, मुज़ाकरात का अमल तमाम सियासी पार्टियों के साथ जारी है। तमाम सियासी पार्टी के जो टॉप लीडरशिप है वो एमकेएम के दफ्तर भी आई है और एमकेएम भी उनके दफातर का दौरा करती रही है। ये सियासी अमल का एक तसलसल है, ये जारी व सारी भी रहना चाहिए। लेकिन एमकेएम ने फिलहाल वोट ऑफ नो कॉन्फिडेंस के हवाले से कोई फैसला नहीं किया है। बाहमी मशावरत का अमल जारी है, राब्ता कमेटी के इजलास मुसलसल जारी है। मेरा ख्याल है जब भी फैसला होगा मीडिया के जरिए पूरे पाकिस्तान के अवाम को बताया जाएगा।
Now let's give you a little bit of background at this point to understand better how much weight these so-called allies have in the National Assembly. MQMP has 7 seats, the PMLQ has 5 seats, and the BAP has 5 seats. But put together, that's 17 seats. These 3 PTI allies have now been in touch with the opposition, and the opposition already has 162 lawmakers. In total, they need 172 to topple Imran Khan. The opposition is also preparing a counter-rally. The PTI rally will be followed by a joint opposition show of strength. The next day, though sources say that the PPP is not in favour of the opposition's power show. According to reports, the PPP has now conveyed its reservations to the PDM and the PMLN. In the latest, Imran Khan's aide and the Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid said that he has advised the Prime Minister to call elections after presenting the federal budget. He says that Imran Khan's popularity has increased manifold since the opposition's submission of the no-confidence resolution. The Pak Parliament now resumes on March 28th. Needless to say, the political battle is getting messier. There seems to be little hope of the no-confidence vote going smoothly at this point, while the end result of the resolution is still shaky. But what is certain at this point is that Imran Khan is now the captain of a rocking boat, and whether the boat will survive the storm or sink is something only time can tell. And for more updates on this, we are now being joined live by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik from Islamabad. Anas, thanks so much for joining us. My first question to you. Imran Khan is currently facing perhaps the biggest fight for his political career. He now says he's ready with a trump card, which he will only reveal in his upcoming so-called do-or-die rally. What can we expect on this front?
Well, there are a lot of speculations, Priyanka. You said it in the opening as well, that there are hints that he might just resign as well. There are hints that he might end up seeking a joining of an important personality from the province of Sindh, from the Bhutto family. There are speculations on that. Then there are speculations that he might be showing the faces of the opposition figures, those who have managed, who have been convinced rather to vote in favor of Imran Khan. So plenty of options there. But what exactly is it that's going through his mind? That's something that we would have to wait for some 24 hours or so, when the Pakistani Prime Minister is to address that mammoth of a public gathering, as what he's claiming. That being said, I was at the place where the rally is to be held, the parade ground. It's a big ground, and about 10,000 chairs, 7 to 10,000 chairs have been placed over there. But by and large, if I talk to you, the mood here in Islamabad, the political temperatures are definitely risen, because there are two different rallies. The opposition is gathering tonight. Some part of the opposition is gathering tonight at G9, at the Srinagar highway, just off G9, sector G9, and then on the other hand, tomorrow at the parade ground, we're seeing that the Pakistani Prime Minister is to address the gathering, and then day after, the PMLN, the other side of the opposition, will also be joining the JUIF at the that park or that ground at sector G9 of Islamabad. So it's more of a show of strength. It's a do-or-die situation on either of the side. But through this rally that is to be held tomorrow, Imran Khan looks at mustering support, public support, something that he's been known for, to build narratives, to have that public opinion with him. Priyanka.
Absolutely, Anas. Thanks for those insights. I want to talk about a crucial aspect in all of this, which is the military establishment. Imran Khan, till this point, has enjoyed the support of Pakistan's all-powerful military, and now he faces a no-confidence motion. Even if he survives the same, he may be more indebted to the military than ever before. What's your take on this?
Well, what we understand is that there had been a lot of talks with regards to the support of the military establishment, or the establishment, as they say, that the Pakistani Prime Minister had enjoyed over the time. But there have been talks in Islamabad on TV as well by different political leaders that the quote establishment, unquote, is now quote neutral. So therefore, that goes on to show a lot, because previously they said they have been alleging that it was the establishment that was calling their MPs and asking them to bow down or step down or refrain from going against the Imran Khan government. Now they say it's not the case, and that the member parliaments are free on their own will to go and decide. So in case, even if he survives, this notion of the Pakistani military and the Pakistani civilians government of being on quote one page has now been shattered, practically been shattered, with this no confidence move coming in at the parliament, and that is to be tabled on Monday. Priyanka.
Anas, just a final question very quickly. Some experts are also saying that Imran Khan will tender his resignation, essentially to preempt the no trust move. What do you expect on that front?
That remains a probability, but that's a lesser of a probability for two reasons. One, Imran Khan is known, as I said, for building narratives in public support and gathering public support. He had been holding mammoth of public gatherings even before he became the Prime Minister, by far the largest by any political party in Pakistan. So the probability of that is slightly or relatively low. He would want to rather leave the office as a martyr, but at the same time, while building this narrative that he was doing his utmost. Remember, there has been a recent relief package that has been announced that has also led to petrol prices being slashed and being fixed at a certain rate. That being said, there has been considerable relief that has been provided on other daily commodity items as well by the government, and the government is bearing the subsidy for that. So the narrative that Imran Khan would be building and would want to go out in is that he is a martyr, that he
Right.
wanted to do more for the people of Pakistan, but he was ousted by the opposition, or the alliance, as he calls it, a gang of thieves. That's what he calls it. So if he manages to build that narrative, and if he manages to actually tomorrow, if he does not announce his resignation, as I said, the probability of that is very dim, very low. That's what he would rather aim for, to go out from the office as a martyr. Priyanka.
Anas Malik, our Pakistan Bureau Chief, thank you so much for all those insights, and thanks for joining us on WION at this hour. Now, for more insights on the ongoing political crisis in Pakistan, I earlier spoke to senior Pakistani journalist and political expert Mateen Haider from Islamabad. Listen in what he had to say about the Pakistan Prime Minister's upcoming show of strength.
Prime Minister Imran Khan will be speaking at a very big rally being organized in Islamabad. And for this rally, he has spoken a number of times to his party leaders. Since last week, he has been chairing meetings. So what says your question that what possibly he could announce? He would definitely, whatever is the prevailing political situation, and in the context of the prevailing political situation and the no confidence motion, which has already been moved, he would be seeking the public cooperation in defeating the no confidence motion. And today, again, he spoke against opposition in one of the public meetings back in central Punjab, in South Punjab. So his focus is on defaming opposition, countering the opposition's negative propaganda against his government. So nothing could be new because as far as no confidence motion and his number game is concerned, he always says that he has that trump card. Whatever is that card, he will not make that card public in the public meeting. In this rally, which is taking place tomorrow, he will again be seeking cooperation of the public towards this opposition and defeating this no confidence motion. We may not expect any big decisions because this is not a forum where big decisions may be announced. He will be sharing his own thoughts, views as far as corruption of the opposition leaders are concerned. More he will speak against them, and he's using this time a religious card. He's asking the people now to cooperate with him because this is the order of Allah Almighty. So he has jumped into the religious card now. He's using religious card, asking people to cooperate with him to come to his rally. But we don't expect huge gathering at his rally. There would be 2,000 people from the twin cities of Rawalpindi and Islamabad and adjoining areas.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.